California's future depends on a reliable water supply for our environment, farms, and communities. But a changing climate is reducing our snowpack and causing more extreme and frequent floods and droughts. To adapt, we need new strategies to capture water when and where it's available for when it's needed most. Groundwater is vital for California's people and environment, especially during droughts. But groundwater supplies in many parts of the state are stressed. The Department of Water Resources is leading the statewide response to California's Water Sustainability Challenge through FloodMAR, which stands for Flood Managed Aquifer Recharge. FloodMAR advances the capture of floodwaters on agricultural lands, working landscapes, and managed natural landscapes, including floodplains, bypasses, and refuges, to recharge depleted groundwater supplies and reduce flood risk. Approaches like flooding active farmland to replenish our groundwater are a great opportunity to store water underground. The goal? Making sure there's enough water for drinking, habitat, and irrigation, not just for now, for the future.
This effort is really happening due to the visionary staff at the California Department of Water Resources. They're bringing together the expertise and resources to help identify what tools, data, and research is needed to move projects forward and the strategies to actually implement that knowledge and see more water captured across California's landscapes. Sustainable Conservation is partnering with DWR to bring together a coalition of agencies, researchers, NGOs, and industry partners that are dedicated to seeing expansion of groundwater recharge and help California be resilient in an uncertain water future. We're bringing our real-world experience to the table to help make this happen. How we got here is interesting. Sustainable Conservation's been testing, evaluating, and promoting groundwater recharge with growers, industry groups, researchers, corporate partners, and agencies in California since 2011, and we've been coming across the same information gaps for a long time. We originally went to DWR to share our groundwater recharge assessment tool, and their staff started asking us questions about how we gathered our data on crop compatibility, soil suitability, water availability. And we shared how we've been working to gather available information and conduct needed research on the gaps in these topics. And based on the breadth of our engagement in developing practical guidance for recharge, DWR invited us to help lead the Research Advisory Committee.
Our partnership with DWR is the latest example of our many years of piloting and scaling groundwater recharge across California.
As we help coordinate, we can ensure that nonprofits representing wildlife habitat and communities are included in the process, and we're also helping to drive collaboration among all participants to identify priorities.
To get there, DWR has taken the lead and invested in bringing together a broad coalition of organizations like ours to prioritize this tough work of filling the scientific and policy gaps so that on-the-ground implementation can take place. But no single agency can conduct the research, create the guidance, and fund all that technical and planning assistance that's needed. DWR has created the momentum, and we're now working together to develop real-world, practical applications that help water districts and farmers address California's water security.
FloodMAR's true success means that stakeholders are partnering to get projects funded and implemented on the ground. That means more water recharged on more land across California, which helps address our pressing aquifer overdraft problem, so that farms, communities, and the environment can be more resilient in the face of increasing variability in climate, weather patterns, and water availability.